How many things would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. The best things and best people rise out of their separateness. Good fences make good numbers. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. If we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. An idea is a feat of association, and the height of it is a good metaphor. The chief reason for going to school is to get the impression fixed for life that there is a both side for everything. What is done for the love of it or not really done at all. For, dear me, why abandon a belief merely because it ceases to be true? No tears in the writer, no tears in the reader, no surprise in the writer, no surprise in the reader. A bank is a place where they lend you an umbrella in fair weather and ask for it back when it begins to rain. We love the things we love for what they are. The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up in the morning and does not stop until you get into the office. Families break up when they get hints you don't intend and miss hints that you do. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. A jury consists of 12 persons chosen to decide who has the better lawyer. Freedom lies in being bold. A mother takes 20 years to make a man of her boy, and another woman makes a fool of him in 20 minutes. Like a piece of ice on a hot stove, the palm must try it on its own melting. Talking is a hydrant in the yard and writing is a faucet upstairs in the house. Opening the first takes the pressure off the second. Life must be kept up at a great rate in order to absorb any considerable amount of learning. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. A civilized society is one which tolerates eccentricity to the point of doubtful sanity. You're always believing ahead of your evidence. The most creative thing in us is to believe in a thing. Anything more than the truth would be too much. Education doesn't change life much, it just lifts trouble to a higher plane of regard. A liberal is a man too broad-minded to take his own side in a quarrel. Unless you are educated in metaphor, you are not safe to be let loose in the world. A poem begins in delight and ends in wisdom. Our very life depends on everything's recurring till we answer from within. Nobody was ever meant to remember or invent what he did with every cent. There are two kinds of teachers, the kind that fill you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just gives you a little prod behind and you jump to the skies. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. There is one thing more exasperating than a wife who can cook and won't, and that's a wife who can't cook and will. Being the boss anywhere is lonely. Being a female boss in a world of mostly men is especially so. The worst disease which can afflict executives and their work is not, as popularly supposed, alcoholism. It's egotism. A person will sometimes devote all his life to the development of one part of his body, the wishbone. By working faithfully 8 hours a day you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. You've got to love what's lovable, and hate what's hateable. It takes brains to see the difference. A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday but never remembers her age. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. We dance round in a ring and suppose, but the secret sits in the middle and knows.